surprised me most is that each judge in the family court system has 6 minutes per matter. And as a litigator for over 30 years, I find that shocking and appalling, and actually a real travesty of justice.
I was surprised how confusing sometimes the family court process can be. If you go online, there are a lot of specific do-it-yourself forms for issues like custody, visitation, and child support. However, these forms aren't always the most intuitive, and they can be difficult for clients to navigate.
One of the most pleasant surprises of working with family court was, it's really just about people who are, very hardworking, very decent people who are in a very tough situation. And what they really want is they really just want everything to be resolved. They want to be able to see their kids. They want to be able to have an affordable child support payment.
I think what surprised me the most is how hard it is for people to be heard, both in terms of actually feeling heard and getting in front of a judge.
That it is incredibly under-resourced. I mean, it is easy to see that every judge has multiple pages of cases on their calendar just from looking at the cases on that day. And entry into family court sort of resembles Grand Central Station at rush hour.
Figuring out the legal process can be tough even as a lawyer, so I have a lot of respect for pro se litigants. It takes a great deal of courage to stand up and advocate for yourself and your family in an unfamiliar environment.
I think the most challenging part of all of it is wanting to have to provide the best life for someone's child and feeling like they might not have the right information about how to go about that in court.
It's an absolutely terrifying experience that they're not lawyers and they're not trained how to present their cases. And if they don't make the right argument, they don't get support for their children or visitation or the other really critical issues that these family members have to deal with in family court.
It can be a very confusing process for litigants, just the filing of the documents, knowing which court to file in, filling them out properly.
A lot of them have no sense of what the process looks like, what family court procedures are like, what the legal standards are, how long it's going to take, and just having basic answers to get them through the next step in their proceeding really can make a difference.
I think the limited representation model is really positive. While initially there's a desire to provide more in-depth representation, this model enables us to provide assistance to a much larger number of individuals and really make the biggest impact.
I think the limited representation model is a very practical one. The cases can be complicated. Those issues, if litigated through the normal court process, would be quite expensive.
The great thing about the limited representation model is that it allows attorneys to do high-impact work with a very limited time commitment, and you really can help give litigants direction.
The limited representation model has been very valuable in sort of allowing attorneys to handle this pro bono work without it being sort of an undue stress or a huge burden.
The work's impacted me on a personal level by providing me, I think, a lot of insight, or maybe more insight, into the different dynamics of family relationships and the struggles that families face.
While large structural changes are very important, this work has shown me the importance of sitting with each client and how even an hour of help can really help change their life.
Just being able to, advise, someone who may be living in rural Western New York, our concerns at the end of the day, they are really similar. We're all human, we're all people, everyone really just wants to have sort of a good life, a peaceful life, wants to be able to stay afloat, pay their bills, see their children.
Working with Lyft has been very rewarding, and it's been a privilege to get to work with such an innovative organization. And it is great to be able to serve so many clients in rural or other areas where affordable legal counsel is lacking.
Every client I work with, I become more and more empathetic to their needs and just to all the parties involved. And I definitely hug my kid harder when I get home any day that I have a Lyft client.
It's enabled me to see the power of using my skills as an oral advocate and how I could use that to teach family members how to try to advocate for themselves in a very short period of time. And that has really impacted me and really been, one of the most exciting things for me about working with Lyft and Lyft clients.